Welcome everyone to another live stream here, building a Linux distribution in our attic. 25 years in the making for every CPU architecture ever created, from ARM to x86 over PowerPC, Spark, Rxvt and stuff. And using our industry leading questionnaires here on our community page, usually on our more main channel, and being honest with ourselves. So yeah, you can go there. Some useful polling data there. And so yeah, let's be honest with myself and ourselves. Nobody wants to use a freaking Linux distribution that only comes with TWM, Xterm, or Blackbox and Rxvt Unicode. What I mean with that is I wanted to release a new distribution. I had, as usual, like one more thing, and then like I wanted to release it in October. And although we just had amazing releases and stuff, actually I had everything built and even second-hand built, but there's always one more thing. Let's fix this tiny little thing and that little tiny little thing. And then it was November, and now we're approaching December. We are already in December. Cheers. What day do what day of the week do we have today? Crazy times. So yeah, we're already in December, and obviously then we can also make it a little bit nicer, right? Like the famous one more thing, because I thought, okay, I wanted to do a little bit more PR, and then I was honest with myself after so many months of extra work and 25 years in the making. Maybe we are more successful at actually making our Linux distribution actually nicer to use on your PS3 or the world's fastest and unmatched Rxvt desktop and your Xterm and stuff, obviously. So yeah, what does it mean? It means we certainly will not win record numbers of users from other failing and peak bug operating systems that are macOS and Windows, or the other 1,957 Linux distributions. So, and ironically, previously with Rock Linux and T2, we actually shipped KDE. We have all the KDE and GNOME packages, right? So we have one major problem. So the goal is make our Linux distribution more attractive and instantly usable for more people. I mean, I will not rewrite the installer just now in December, but improve our package selection, right? So we have all the, it helps little if we have the most amazing, cleanest and cross-compiled and for all architectures and fastest and most smartest optimized stuff with the latest and greatest GCC, everything patched and quirked and configured to just work on everything. If then the users are confronted with good old TWM from the 80s and an Xterm, or the upgrade of Blackbox and Rxvt Unicode. So what does it mean for us? It means we should either ship KDE and GNOME, which I both unfortunately hate. So there it starts. So it would be easy, just ship KDE and GNOME. The problem is they are both so huge, and actually maybe KDE would be mostly cross-compile friendly. Maybe GNOME has more quirks and G-object inspection, but the problem is they are both huge, right? So I made previous questionnaires here also on the main channel. If you're interested in our polls and questionnaires, then it is probably where you should take a look, right? Although quite some people voted here of TWM and Xterm are okay, but similar to my friends who always say T2 is the most amazing and best operating system, I think the 42 votes are a little biased. And I mean, some voted obviously emergency for work and stuff. So what started so easy of, hey, it's so easy, just ship KDE and GNOME. Maybe I should make a questionnaire, KDE and GNOME. I have not even, like, the problem with it is a recurring theme. I wish I could sit here and say everything is so amazing, but to be honest, 15 years ago, KDE and GNOME I liked more. At least GNOME was all in C and like 99%. KDE was all in C++, and you could like compile them. Nowadays, KDE is a mix of C, G-object introspection, JavaScript, and other Vala stuff. And KDE also has a gazillion of packages, right? And the problem is this: after 6 hours, like 2 years ago, live on my YouTube channels, I spent 6 and 7 hours, no kidding, just updating our decade-old KDE GNOME packages. And since then, I've of course kept maintaining this. I spent easily 40 hours or probably more the last 2 years live on this channel, just improving KDE GNOME, and it's still not perfect. And I also wouldn't want to ship all of the like basically probably like doubling the installation size, right, from 1 gigabyte to 2 or something, which sure is tiny compared to 8 gigs of compressed disk image for macOS and stuff. But anyway, so what sounds easy as, hey, just ship KDE GNOME, is like, yeah, more. If it would all build, I still have not found, so I can still not build all parts of GNOME because I still didn't find which crazy Mozilla. I mean, there's still some bugs of one NSS PR whatsoever, not installing some package version file. Yes, I can fix it in 10 minutes, which probably should do. But the bigger problem is I still have not found which JavaScript engines they use some Mozilla snapshot always of, and cross-compiling the object. So it probably means using Xfce for now, which I'm leaving in the comments below, right? But the crazy thing is, and also even if KDE GNOME would build, I mean, the crazy stuff is like as C++ as KDE is, I guess, with all their mobile and stuff, I would guesstimate that probably it would be easier to cross-compile all the fancy C++ code from KDE than all the random mix of G-object introspection and JavaScript that is GNOME. So that means, so what does it mean? That means live. Also this system previous video, right? I'm a little bit disappointed. Like after initial hiccups of my AMD Ryzen system here, 7950X, which kind of is amazing. The X670E sucks a bit. So somehow my silicon degraded or biased, so it could reboot at any moment because somehow my stuff doesn't clock as high anymore and memory is less high clock friendly. So yeah, my Ryzen could disappear on PC quality. Previous videos, right? Basically BIOS quality as amazing as GNOME. So that means, long story short, 10 minutes of, hey, only 7 minutes introduction. Can't complain about too long talking today, right? So that means streamlining our package selection and making, so I tried previously. So what that means is saying goodbye to Blackbox. It has been an Rxvt Unicode. And crazily, I mean, this was always so probably in the year 2000 I was using GNOME, and then some years later I probably was mostly using KDE 3. And Blackbox and Rxvt was always my fallback for low-end systems until KDE and GNOME became so massive that I didn't want to use them myself, like massive and buggy and like feature reduced yet slower and so yeah. So saying goodbye to those. Should we actually ship Parted? I never personally use Parted. Should we? Okay, it's not. I mean, probably as long as it just builds, we can. Maybe also modernize the friends. Modernize the friends, right? Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, Patreon, GoFundMe and stuff, and subscribe to this channel. So yeah, printing. By the way, cups probably in this. So I'm not sure why I had this commented out. Why is this commented out? Does it cross-compile? Actually, I probably could theoretically. Oh wait, G-object introspection doesn't even cross-compile. Why is that in there? Maybe that is. I actually have no idea why that is in there. Anyway, so that is not too much of a removal, and that is also the crazy stuff, right? Similar to I made a previous video with Rxvt cores, right? Do open source Rxvt core, more main channel. Open source, open hardware repeats the open source desktop mistakes of, hey, it's also built, of too much choice, right? Instead of like having 5 amazing Rxvt cores, we have hundreds that are mostly not amazing. And I would actually, I would say, well, we have like one tiny, or like, that's also the problem, right? We have 5 tiny amazing, although one original would be good enough for me, and we have some medium performance, like truly open source and stuff. But like, instead of, imagine if all the 100 Rxvt core people would have built like 5 amazing cores, we would have maybe an out of order and maybe even truly open source speculative executing Rxvt core already. And so many Linux desktops, right? I personally don't like KDE anymore since KDE 4, I think. I never really liked GNOME because it was always C. And then there are all the other choices, right? So what to package, right? Except starting our own, because like there were 14 sucking standards, of course. So yeah, Xfce, and then let's, and that is a compromise, right? That is also, how do you, people will say, yeah, but why did they not ship GNOME? It's like, yeah, because it doesn't all cross-compile, right? Good luck cross-compiling that for P3. I'm not having a P3 running all year long to compile, or like spending 5,000 euro for an IBM PowerPC server. All is a compromise, right? KDE and GNOME. The thing is, even if I could cross-compile KDE and GNOME, they would anyway be too huge, right? So Xfce would still be, I would hope, the compromise of you could still somewhat run it on yesteryear thin client and a decade old vintage and retro systems, I hope. And I'm not deleting TWM, so I delete Blackbox and Rxvt Unique. I'll not delete, I'm not shipping it by default, right? If you love it, which there are good reasons, then by all means emerge it at home, right? It's so tiny you can even emerge that on a P3, like emerge with T2's source build system on your P3 or Xterm. Also, by the way, maybe I need to switch the account here, otherwise not that my comments don't load, not that I see your precious comments, just because I switched the account there in this browser window. You never know with this modern web stuff. Hey, and I switched the account and there's a comment. So yeah, welcome everyone. Provide a different window. Yeah, so I'm still providing TWM and Xterm for like running it on a 40 megahertz Spark station, and because it's the X reference implementation stuff. And then Xfce, and all the KDE and GNOME packages are there. And if it's not amazing, by the way, we have some feature bounties, right? If you want to earn money with T2, we are one of the few, if not only, Linux distributions that actually pays the users for implementing stuff. We do not pay for security because all the code is insecure, right? I'm not trusting any of the C code. So, but hey, it's much easier at T2 because you don't need to hunt security issues. You can just implement some packages that have a feature bounty. So someone commented they are using OpenBox. Yeah, we have Fluxbox, and do we have probably, so we still have the packages, right? We have over 4,000 packages and growing. So of course we will still provide them for you to image at home. Actually, I was also considering, can we actually, so the goal is of this, to long story short, before I go back to the family, target, and not only am I obviously not deleting that, right? It's built from source, you can still emerge it at home. But also the other thing is, so yeah, they are still there, and if one of your favorite packages is missing, just send a patch and edit, right? And again, if you want to earn some money, we have some feature bounties, so just search for all those bounty labels and earn some money. And so this also means, yes, it will increase my build time, but hey, we have an epic threadripping Ryzen 750X, and if AMD or Intel or so wants to donate and have shout out, like hey Intel, if you want a shout out of epic threadripping Intel hardware, just send some hardware, right? Some 1300 whatever K thing there, DDR5 stuff. And so it will significantly increase my build time, but hey, we are down to 2 hours, or like 1 hour 55 or so. So nothing like adding some 10-15 minutes of build time. And so that is a win-win for everyone, because I'm going to add here even Qt5 base. And let's see if that builds. And maybe actually for those, and that is the crazy stuff, right? You guessed it, I said it before, not only do we want world domination and stuff, but obviously in the top 10 Linux distributions in a year or so, with our expert, not only the best and most highest performance in supporting everything, but increasingly amazing, obviously. And I obviously realize, I mean, obviously I'm not entirely stupid, just time and money, and my time is limited, and my money too. But it was not even the best choice for true power users who might want Wayland and Sway, for example, which is often I'm using here. By the way, I have the feeling maybe this was not, why am I even, did not. Am I logged in there? Oh, whatever. Not sure why I did not do that before. I have this ugly tabs there. Oh no, I realized that. So yeah, being a power user maybe as a certainly much more modern fallback and or high performance and modern fallback would then be to offer sway, right? So Qt5 based, and that's also a benefit on PS3 users, for example, if you have emulators or other stuff, then you save like hours of emerging Qt5 or like as a base starting base for KDE. I think I test built that like 6 months ago. I definitely I definitely cross-compiled Qt5 at least when we had the full package for OBS, because I had this like 6 or 8 or so months ago on the Rxvt, the Rxvt unmatched. So adding this, like deleting vintage stuff people are not interested, and then Qt5 as a modern base for you, and then different similar module. So that would be Xfce, as I said, Xfce4, Xfce4, and oops, I wanted slash somehow. Yeah, not only my 2-year-old Slams, the Apple Bluetooth keyboard, also I yesterday dropped coffee into it. So cheers. So probably don't drink coffee while typing. Especially not over an unserviceable glued Apple keyboard or other Bluetooth keyboard. So Xfce, all of it, and then WL roots, I think. Was that the correct WL roots? I think there was it? We will see in a second. And like sway, and that, of course, I mean, I could okay, let's leave it there. I could theoretically add, no, let's keep the other minimal Xorg, and then you only get TWM and Xterm for your Sparkstation. Okay, let's see what happens. That is the point, right? Except spending 15 minutes of explaining how to build a successful Linux distribution. Our whole plan of things here. But the point of this is also, why do I do this here? I need to do it anyway, right? So normally I would sit alone now in my attic or basement. And then also this was very clever not to download that before. Config, what is it? x86-64 required if I don't have some other stuff. Here, also I should build this verbose. So I think this probably should be a win-win. It is a win of people who want to build like Qt5 based stuff. Think you want OBS Studio or so, whatever, you might use Qt, probably KiCad or so. It's a win-win for all users that sooner or later have some Qt software. And the other stuff is like even that sway, Xfce, a win-win for power users or otherwise. I will probably not build all of Xfce, but probably not ship all of the optional applets there. So maybe I will distill that down to just Xfce session settings, themes, print, media desktop. Yeah, certainly not the XMS plugin. Maybe there is some bitrot to delete. Maybe also not xfburn or not whatever. And yeah, I think this is the best compromise for now. However, don't get me wrong, right? As soon as there is, also I guess we have maybe even paid feature. What do we get? Oh, by the way, did I not got this to compile again? Did I not? I think there was something. So yeah. By the way, if you want to earn some money and implement feature bounties, check with me first that it's still open, right? I mean, obviously, if it is, like for example, this year is for sure open, right? Cross compile, build some GObject hack stuff. So yeah, obviously we're not paying bounties for stuff that I already did some months ago. Is this Mac OS? yeah, because obviously Asahi Linux and stuff, so I'm live streaming from an M1 because obviously we also do Apple Silicon stuff, but that is running on my Ryzen. Just I don't have the fancy camera. I left my fancy camera obviously in the office. I can't carry all the stuff back and forth. So usually my other videos, the hundreds of other videos, usually I live stream from my T2 workstation, but when I'm here in my own home office and don't have time to walk back and forth and stuff, then sometimes I have to live stream with whatever stuff I have at hand. But it barely looks different, right? So if you build on T2, you anyway have the terminal. So Qt5 base starts to build. So that cross build, amazing stuff. Let's see this stuff. What do we have there? HW data. So that is the new dependencies. New dependencies. I wish it wouldn't have that. Oops. But that is what we are here for. Oops. But what I'm live streaming, by the way, Mac OS sucks for live streaming, right? Even live streaming on OBS Studio is for so many reasons. Capturing desktop audio and other USB performance and stuff even better on. Oops. By the way, do we have CD? I guess we need. Do we have CD? CD? Probably not. So we also need CD, and that is the dependencies, right? You want to add, and that is what I hate, what I'm really not a fan of, and that is small stuff compared to like having KDE and GNOME. It's like, yeah, then we're talking over 100 plus packages or so more. Okay, this hardware dependency probably, or it's not. Let's see, HW. Either the build priority is, or it's not marked to cross-compile. And yeah, also we need to regen the config because also the Mac OS terminal sucks balls. Also somehow I have stray character insertion here that never happened before. So yeah, don't do that at home. Use a proper operating system like T2 stuff, and soon. Why is there not? Oh, wait a second. Or why is there not HV data config? Okay, but did we? So that is also, yeah, we will soon get rid of that. Is roots. So 160. Oh, this is indeed. Okay, then let's mix also. And it might even be necessary that we patch this config check there because it might not be cross-compiler so probably the recent edition of that. Yeah, it's my life, right? It's only constant change and regressions. Last month it cross-built, and then like new version needs bloody hardware data, and then it's it might not even be. I mean, I could YOLO that. You know what? Let's YOLO that for today. Let's just build it into the system. It's a little bit hacky workaround. I can add it to the to-do. I'm like, I can't do everything nicely. I just want to see what I'm more interested in what we need for XFCE than that was was it WL roots? Fix WL roots cross builds. So yeah, and then we will release that. Okay, Sway. Now what do they want? PCRE2, and you see that is already like 5 dependencies just for most minimal valent window management compositor, right? What is it? PCRE2. Oops. PCR. Yeah. So that is. It's really too many dependencies for me, to be honest. But I mean, that is nothing compared to GNOME and KDE, right? Which is crazy, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we're getting into some more interesting stuff. Oh wait, it does. Do they still use GTK2? Oh, that would be unfortunate. XF. What? I think they had a wallpaper. Okay, they have some pre-release. What KDE version do they use? That would be the only drawback if they really need GTK Plus and not GTK 3 or whatever that is. So, okay, is the core stuff, right? Where is 2022? Can we? Doesn't. 418, I guess this one. Oh wait, is this a major release? I guess so. This is the first since 2020, maybe. Oh wait, this is 4.8. What did I? 418, yeah. 418 is. 418 is now 2020. 416 apparently 2 years ago. Okay, what is the core stuff here? Exo, Garcon. Maybe we. Oh darn! Normally macOS has a convenient rectangular selection, which apparently not for that. So it is possible that this is an outdated thing, though. We could. So what would it be? This is a window manager desktop, and that is. I mean, we kind of want minimal stuff, right? So was it the file manager? I guess. Okay, let's then try without messing further around. Let's curl that and it's like, hey, Apple, don't you want to add rectangular? It's like, yeah, software is complex. Lots of stuff is convenient rectangular text selection, but not Firefox. With everything being web application, right? Previous video, previous voting, right? If you want to vote there, probably there, like web and application stuff, like everything web application, you have rectangular text selection except in the web browser, right? Well, must be really difficult to write cool software, but anyway. So grab tar and then let's maybe tar, what's that? Cut at that or all right, tr would have been so easy if macOS would have had a rectangular text selection. Oops. Oh, we could actually grab this only once, but that is what it is. Grab bz2 at the end and then sad tar. Oops, actually we need, okay, dash everything force, oh no, not everything, okay, dash version, oops, 09, 09, does it look good? It probably looks good, huh? And all right, we could actually directly SED the line beginning to that. Then we don't need to edit that ourselves with VI. That's how professional do it. Or, okay, fine. That's enough. So let's see if that stuff builds with GTK 3. I have no idea. I mean, very theoretically, we could update that already to the pre-release. Okay, so that builds, I guess that would have used GTK. So yeah, probably the other is highly outdated. Maybe we should just delete that. It makes no sense to have 4,000 plus packages in T2, of which some are outdated, bit rotten garbage. Hey, I remember I had some hot hacks the last time to cross-compile that, right? So this is a little bit special. We are cross-compiling that. WNCK. Yeah, now the fun starts. Let's hope that doesn't need crazy shit. I usually prefer to add, like, to signify that this is... Yes. Yeah, so this is... I don't know how this happened, right? There is some... This never happened so much to peak bugs and quality Apple software. So now when I'd probably Control R, so there must be some stray Unicode garbage or whatever that now sometimes deletes the first character. This happens so fast that I don't even see that. Why did this not download? What? At least a tiny little win-win of some stuff that maybe got defectly. And amazing package names. Okay, that's probably somehow does it even have a... So as actually we could, as we unlock that, maybe data or me. Also best with typo, darn. Okay, data did that, or 3 something, okay. But it could as easily have been me though. Probably that means I need to fix it. Our AI has somehow a bug. Previously, right? Our data AI updating packages at night. Because why should I do that? Oops, not log. I wanted. Yeah. So actually, or did I not? Did I not recently substitute all the downloads to the end? Apparently, some other SED magic I need to do soon. Oh no, there is actually 43. What do we have here? 40, 43? Okay, what has... So actually this should be interesting. 40... Okay, so data was on the right track, but somehow... I probably also... Yeah, this is the only stuff, the win-win of... Sure, I don't use Xterm usually and stuff and Kingdom, but hey, if we want to be one of the top 10 news distributions in the next 12 months, then obviously we need to do better than TWM and Xterm, and finding such stuff that I probably would not in 1 year. Also, yeah, pro tip, maybe add to our test suite and certainly fix data, that data doesn't update stuff that doesn't download. But so actually I wonder if such an old version is compatible with such a new lib. Anyway, yeah, so that is the win-win here of maybe finding stuff that doesn't download. So find D0 in all of... Okay, that is wrong. We need 0 space and that's a check. Actually, there are some. Yeah, 19. Probably should. Although some are random. Fix me. Oh, wait a second. There is some GNOME theme shit. Looks like just being a comment for some reason. What the heck? GNOME theme extras. Whatever. Problem solved. So yeah, and do that later. So what was lib? Yeah, and so Does this load? Okay, that loads. I wonder if such a new version is compatible with a 2-year-old. So yeah, the only constant is change regressions and dependencies. Like the only constant is new dependencies. Like see if that is compatible enough. Fingers crossed. Hey, it's compatible enough. Lucky us. Xo2. What's going on with Xo? Did we not build that? Yeah, only constant change and it's strange. Do they have here another? Wait, what? Wait, what? Which download do we have? For series sound 4. Okay, this is. I have no idea which one that is now. Xo2. Yeah, that is what I'm currently not super amazed with. I mean, maybe it doesn't find it for cross-compilation reasons. Rxvt. Oh, oops, wrong. We want 64 freaking bits. Wait, we didn't build it yet? Oh, maybe that is a reason. Xf CEs. So this is also, if that is a case, another win-win of sorting dependency and priority stuff, which I didn't build. Probably it built some time ago. And then they added this interdependency. Yeah, so that is. So this also improves stuff. I mean, we have, why did this not? Don't know, it's cross. Maybe did we not config region? Two, two, three, 400. 2, 2, 3, 300. What am I overlooking? The name might be different from our package selection. Additionally, I mean, the priority probably was buggy as far as I saw, but probably we renamed it. Actually, I think I was just on the screen. So probably we have libxo. Maybe I decided the name is. Actually, does our. Maybe our code should warn us, like, details. Probably our package selection parsing code should warn when a selection doesn't match anything. Or cool, that also no error patch cross compile. Probably someday since I last cross compiled it. Yeah, win after win, win after. So you can have. Cool. That still is a thing. They're cleaning stuff up in between. Yeah, so as I outlined in the beginning, we will not have a significant, like we will not become, yeah, basically too long didn't watch. I was honest with myself and at least the most minimal we can do. And some people will applaud this, right? Because KDE GNOME bloated, so except I don't like it. There are too many dependencies, too huge, too large to fail. So large to fail. That it's like, yeah, some people will even applaud it like the right choice, sanity, not over bloated shit and stuff. So when it's only the most minimal what I'm willing to cross-compile with. So this did not apply, but so cannot cross-compile. That's somewhere with cross-compiling in, which test is that? So this is of course just moved there somewhere. I actually wanted to, okay, line 14,000. Yeah, configure stuff for the, we probably have many of this, right? Let's see. So we don't just patch all. Which does it have? Oh, this, oh darn. This was not ideal. Yeah, this was okay. So the patch was not the most helpful, but let's not SVN revert so that we SVN RM. We want to update that. Let's see which. Also, yeah, 2022, you would think people cross-compiled for the Raspberry Pi and other embedded stuff. And this is why I'm increasingly not only burned out and depressed and so negative, because I really would expect that stuff after 30, if not 40 years of the, 30 to 40 years of the open source revolution, that shit finally just builds TM, but somehow the most minimal base library stuff 2022 doesn't cross-compile for the most trivial and stupid reasons. That is line, doesn't say the line number, thank you very much. Okay, working mmap and then working mmap, working and then cross-compiling probably. What is it? Is it this one? What is even? Maybe I should. Check better for. I hate this. Wait, was it even? Probably wasn't even the right here. Line number 15. Maybe it would even still compile if I manually patch the line number there. So is it probably like if cross, then what? How did I last time patch that away? Just this one, cross-compiling C, printf. Where does this see? How did I last time patch it? Last time, okay, just nothing. By the way, does that? That's an interesting style. To have a column there, I never quite paid attention to that because I just wanted to say how does this work. But actually, that is pretty smart. Cool. I mean, I find it really stupid that somehow it's POSIX shell standards that like empty statements are an error or stuff. Which ironically, like for decades, like I grew up. Famous last words life from this gray Unix dude. I grew up like in 1998. 1996, when I got to Linux with Bash, Bash 2, that empty statements work. This is only an error since Bash 3 or 4, also since 5 or 10 years, that we even in T2 had to change some locations, right? So the fix for that is to have a colon here, to not have an empty, like how stupid can that be? This is kind of like who needs an error with a bloody empty statement between some like an empty block of, it's like this is so stupid. But that's a cool trick. It's the first time, like 30 years of open source, 25 years of open source, first time I know. I mean, sure, you can put the colon everywhere, but actually that is a neat little trick to just have it there. It's maybe a good style for me to. One of the only good things I've seen today. So yeah, so there it is. So that means we can We can just delete that here. I wonder, so running, I think there's an missing because obviously, let's see how far we get. So last time I only had to patch 1. There are of course more, but they might not be critical because they are still not critical. So this is why I do not blindly patch all of them when 1 is enough. So win after win of not only dependencies and patches and configure and failing downloads. So that is exactly this what we're here for, right? Testing our own, like, as much as I hate this American or English saying, dog fooding our own stuff, which, like, no, don't really want to eat my own dog food. As much as this saying goes of, it's like, yeah, that's what you get from my saying testing. It's only a replacement for testing. It's more testing, and what you didn't test is broken. It's like, I also forgot to, I previously deleted that. Of course, I deleted restore, and then actually I was just thinking to wipe it before. Yeah, win after win live here on this channel. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. Why does this Xterm file? What is that? Some other hack or stuff? What's going on here? Native helper, build native helper. Add cross, pre-make. Interesting. I remember I had crazy hacks in there. Why do I cd dot if I have this in a new scope? So etc package config. I think we don't need the cd though, and I mean, we could check or should check if that is even freaking needed. Let's test without, and otherwise we need to YOLO hot hack and quirk around there, fiddle around there for that to restore that. Oh, it maybe not even be needed anymore, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So yeah, that's probably mostly it for this video. We have some people tuning in, which is super amazing. If you're new to this channel, we built a Linux distribution. Some say the best, certainly one of the most CPU architecture supporting. PS3, Xterm, Rxvt, FPGA softcore or epic thread gripping unmatched Rxvt desktop. You probably want to share, like, subscribe, Patreon, and all the good stuff. Okay, there it's not finding some headers. Maybe I check into this. Like, I give it like I need to go have dinner with my family. So let's skip over that. I can later, after brought our youngster to bed, fix that on the couch. That would be x86, like without video. 2210. Should be an easy fix. Just I will do that later. Maybe with our wrapper, just injecting there our cross. Also, layer 2022 cross compiling. Yeah, it's still difficult. It's difficult to use package config to determine your X headers and stuff. So there. And then I hope. Don't tell me it wants panel. I'll let notify. Do we not have notify config 6-64 packages? No. Okay. You see, you think you don't need to add so many dependencies, and then it's like you already soon have added 10. Where is even my freaking target? Oh, come on. There. Another, was it notify or lib notify, probably. Lib notify. Even if you're not a fan of Xfce, then it probably is a significant improvement Oh, the subcomment failed. Thank you very much. Either way should be significant improvement for either people who want Sway, want Wayland, want Xfce, or just some Qt-based stuff where they already have the base then installed. What's going on with this stuff? Standard error, building documentation, GTK doc. Okay, that is just documentation. Do we not have that installed? Okay, we could force disable that for cross builds. For now, I usually, if this triggers you and you want this docs, probably that one, right? If this triggers you and you want your freaking documentation back, then patch welcome. Otherwise, my time is limited. As you see, I put way more time into this Linux hobby, so at stage cross, patches welcome, at stage cross, and var append, was it Meson, right? Meson. Because I disable that because maybe we have it in there, maybe not. Maybe it's enough to conditionalize it. Actually, we could check off, what was the package name? GTK doc, right? GTK doc. Maybe we, this kind of stuff should, maybe we need to rename that. Next thing. What's it? upower glib. Let's hope that doesn't need too much more power manager. So there's always a risk that we import too many crazy dependencies with this shit. With this gazillions of dependencies. It's like basically how many dependencies. You want something minimal, and even that is already dozen packages. Wait, somehow upower. Excuse me. Is it not marked to cross compile apparently? The only benefit and win-win is of testing more crazy dependencies and modern Linux desktop C code to cross-compile. So it's like win after win after win-win of stuff I don't really need, want and stuff, but hey, we test more, we cross-compile more, we fix more. And someone says Mac is the best. So there's some more comment. I check it in a second. I wanted to actually make a note, otherwise I should have made a note. It's a wonder that it's still in my stack there, but I need to I need to pop the stack there off, fix some, or like reformat some more text to end of file. That wanted, where are we now? All right, I didn't. So yeah, there is a comment. Doc footing isn't sufficient. Too many engineers are happy with this terrible setups. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a fan of, but it is what it is. Again, it's like, hey, some more stuff built. So I guess there should, hopefully not too much more, knock on wood. So there is one more dependency, like famous last verse, right? One more dependency. I see it already. Dependency hell breaking loose in a second. Like dependency hell in 1, 2, 3, probably. Epic Ryzen 7000 epic thread ripping faster to build, and dependency errors like sooner was moved now. Thank you very much. Actually, maybe we don't need that, or do we? I mean, we could fix that, but let's see if we really need that. Sounds like volume management thing, maybe some plugin to display some nice icons. Again, hey, cool. So there was only one thing of what did we touch of? Also this one, this is also crazy. It's like, yeah, you update that and crypt setup. It has a new libSSH dependency thing. Let's see if this can be. I noticed it just before this live stream, so you update that, of course it builds, and then you build a fresh sandbox system. It's like, wow, new dependency, right? Who would have guessed that in? So I also wonder what they need that for. Do they have this configure? Is it an optional thing, or is it disable SSH token maybe? Luke's SSH token apparently. Yeah, it's like 2022. You can never have too many dependencies and core stuff. It's like, yeah, whatever. So libSSH, what did it not find? Ah, darn. So script setup of probably, I don't know, I need to guess. Probably I don't know. SSH2 or libclient? Probably SSH2, right? All most of the modern stuff. But anyway, crypt setup. Actually, did I install this into my system? Maybe I did. It would be package installed libSSH2 or so, or conf op. Let's see if maybe I had built that here. Yeah, lib. Oh no, it's not 2. Maybe it's indeed libSSH, not libSSH2. Anyway, it's like, yeah, once upon a time stuff disabled optional dependencies automatically 2022, or the last 15 years increasingly. Yeah, win. Hey, probably 10 wins in 1 hour of live stream. Hey, if that is not a octar decar win-win, then I don't know what is. Crypt setup. Leave in the comments below if you enjoyed this and learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, maybe Patreon, GitHub sponsor or YouTube membership. Highly appreciated for making T2 one of the world's best and top 10 Linux distributions here live on this channel. I have to rush to dinner. Fixed crypt setup to with H optional engine fixed crypt setup. There we have that. Other commits to come, including need to clean this up, right? The stuff that I usually do later at midnight on the couch. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day or night, and see you next time with much improved T2 Linux base ISO for you to install to come.